Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 3v3. That is right, it is a 3v3. Time for more 3v Thursday. And it is going to be in the angriest of maps, Angermuende, or whatever. Anyways, our heroes today, let me pop open that list so you can actually see the names, because I know you can't see them right now. But our heroes today, in the blue, is going to be Nerf R.N.G, playing as the Blue Soviets. His allies, playing as the Yellow Soviet, is going to be Daasite, or Daasite, or... yeah, whatever. Daasite, the yellow player. And then in the teal, we have Snow Cookie, which is this guy over here. Snow Cookie. And then for the enemies, we have an interesting setup. We have no red player. We actually have pink. Mr. Bezkarny, right here, as the pink German. In the orange, we have Mr. Silazzoho. And then in the poop, we have Mr. Neurotic SG. And there we go. Now, I'm going to close that out because I don't like how it looks. I've never liked it, or at least not liked it in the recent patches. And I'm going to, I guess, just list them because I don't know exactly when they're going to get them. So may as well just, let you know what is acquired. So for the Soviet players, we have Snow Cookie going for the shock rifle frontline tactics, and then we have the other two players, Nerf R.N.G and Daasite, going for the guard mortar coordination. No, sorry, guard mortar combined arms tactics. My mistake. And then for the Germans, we have Bezkarny, the pink player, going for elite troops doctrine. We have the orange player going for Spearhead Doctrine. And lastly, we have the poop going for Jaeger Infantry Doctrine. And there we go. So, we see orange pushing all the way to the left-hand side, going straight for that victory point, ignoring all other capture points. Manages to get a Pioneer squad in that house, denying it to the conscripts. The conscripts are forced to back off out of the way and head on over to a little bit of light cover there by those barrels. We also have a MG42 taking possession of that big house behind the point, so it's going to try to lock down the position. And then we have grants and mortars heading in that direction for orange as well. For poop, we have him in the center engaging yellow. We have an MG42 for poop being supported by a Pio squad for pink. And on the far right hand side, we also have another MG42. No, actually, we do not. For some reason I thought I saw an arc there, but no, we actually just have a Pio squad building some territory. So center map, we have some engagement. We do have a sniper on the field for yellow, so let's take a look at those tiers. We have tier 2 down for blue, we have tier 1 down for yellow, and we have a tierless Snow Cookies, tierless teal. Back at the base for the Germans, we have tier 1 for all of them like you would normally expect, and there you go. Sniper shots flying in the center, getting some kills on that MG42. MG42 forced to back up and move out of the way. Will be forced to back off out of the field as the sniper continues to shoot at it. There it goes, down to one man. MG42 will get picked up once again, and can it actually make it out alive? No, I don't think it's going to make it out alive. Shots from the mortar fly. Oh, the MG42 packs up and dodges the shot, barely staying alive. Sniper pops out of the little shack there and will probably have to retreat as it's getting shot at by everything, including the grants and the mortar. They run themselves up a slope, and then Archer's going to die. Well, manages to hit retreat, and makes it out of there, but just barely. SMG's unable to hit it at long range. Left-hand side, Maxim machine gun. Conscripts pushing forward. Pioneer squad is forced to retreat. Grants out in the open. MG42 still being used very defensively back in this house. Could have actually pushed up a little bit more up here and maybe supported more. We also have a mortar coming out for blue on this side. And nasty mortar shots right on top of the conscript squad, down to 3 men on that one. Maxim machine gun still alive. Grand squad getting suppressed. And there we go. That squad will probably be forced off the field. Oh, conscript squad taking more nasty shots there. Down to 1 man, forced to retreat. The mortar back here is being quite brutal and getting a lot of hits on those infantry. Sniper on the field for orange as well, being brought into the fight. Mortars in the field for poop, just sitting there. Grenadier squad capturing the point as Pio's retreat. On the far right hand side, pink is unable to control the command point, the victory point. Conscripts just sitting around there with no heavy weapons for support, but a lot of troops enables them to, well, move out of the way. Conscripts are laying down a sandbag in the middle of a firefight, meaning they're going to take additional damage. However, they are currently suppressed, but the fact that they are building means that they are not actually suppressed. They just keep on building, And there they go. They build a heavy cover, but they're now on the wrong side of the cover. Conscripts do Ura across the road. Very nice there for Teal. Get a Molotov right off on that MG42. MG42 forced to pack up and leave. There's a sniper on the field. Sniper also getting a lot of kills on that Conscript squad. Conscript squad down to one man. Will not make it out alive. There's a two-man grunt squad chasing it down. But the Conscript will die. I mean, yeah, there it goes. Sniper actually moves up and executes the guy in the middle of the road. Conscripts Ura forward, getting behind the MG42 once again. MG42 forced to back up, will probably be brought into the house, or well, warehouse here, or factory, or whatever the hell you call it. Big ass building with a lot of vantage points and the roof being utilized as a staging point for infantry. So the conscripts do go all the way up to the northern point. However, it is secured by a cache, a munitions cache, so it will not actually fall. Molotov does get tossed into the house, but even though the fire is here, the infantry over here is up in the roof, so the infantry will be just fine. The men down there are actually taking damage, but these guys are fine. Yeah, as long as they stay out there. Unfortunately, though, they switch around a lot since the conscripts are just dancing around the building. Sniper moves in, takes another shot, and down goes that man. Over on the left-hand side, the Soviets have taken quite a beating. They're being pushed back a little bit. They're now pushing forward with the support of Yellow as snipers just continue to shoot out in the open. Sniper did get taken down right here somewhere. Pretty sure I saw him die, but I don't know where the body is. It's definitely not the body, considering the rifle does not have a scope. May have been, though. Well, getting a little bit too obsessed there with finding the sniper, but anyways, conscripts push forward and they manage to force that mortar off the field. The MG42 gets taken out. It pops out of the house only to burn alive and leave an MG42 present there for the Soviets, and the Soviets start to recover some territory. Half-track coming out onto the field for silazzoho. That is the half-track that has a mortar. Mortar half-track is what I should say. I don't know why I said it that way. And a scout car comes out at the same time. It's very nice. Yellow pushing to tier 2, getting a lot of troops from there. And actually all three German players pushing for tier 2. Not a lot of tier 2 troops out just yet, but there you go. Reinforcement bunker out on the field for Pink as he tries to defend the area. More sandbags getting laid down for Teal as Teal does go for tier 2 and ends up getting maximum machine guns. Left-hand side, scout car pushing forward. Conscripts able to really stop it in its tracks. We have all the upgrades there for the infantry. Conscripts do get to throw an 18-8 off on the scout car. The conscript makes it out. Scout car pushes forward. Mine was laid down there, but it actually detonates right before it hits the mine, leaving the mine open to be hit by something else. So that's actually quite good for Mr. R.N.G. there. Incendiary barrage or incendiary round there from the mortar right on top of his troops. Forces him to move his troops, but doesn't really take too much of a loss. And the center really isn't just, you know, being pushed by anybody too heavily. We see Yellow just pushing forward every once in a while. As minefields getting laid down on choke points. Very nice here for the Germans, but the Soviets do have minesweepers, so they'll be able to clean that out. And the conscripts Ura forward into the range of the half-track. Long-range 18-8 grenade goes off, hits the half-track dead on, forces it to back off, very low in health, but the conscripts did take quite a bit of losses there. Mortar still on the field, getting some more shots in on the squad, down to 3 men. Molotov will fly at the mortar squad. The mortar squad is getting burned alive, forced to retreat. There it goes. And the conscripts are trying to chase down the half-track, but the half-track, even with the damage engine, will still outrun those conscripts. Scout car being brought into the area to fend off those conscripts. Shots fly. The mortar half-track, however, is getting caught by the conscript. The conscript gets in range. Another 18-8 goes off. Nails the half-track, and the half-track goes out of control. It didn't say out of control, but it does go out of control. And it will detonate as soon as it hits something. And there it goes. Panzer Grenadiers also on the field. Scout car with its autocannon, or, well, yeah, autocannon, laying into the buildings and such, but not getting too much damage in there. PPSA just managing to clear out a Pioneer squad. MG Bunkers does manage to get the suppression off. No, these guys actually hit the dirt, which means that they are not getting suppressed. They are taking damage, though, however. And the scout car is right on top of the conscript squad. Conscript squad decides to retreat when one man is left alive. Gonna die, and there it goes. Conscripts push forwards. Soviet sniper team moving in cover, staying cloaked, but there is that scout car nearby, so it needs to be very careful because it can die very quickly to that. Guard squad on the field for R.N.G. can be able to get us some shots in on that German scout car. And we see tier 3 down for the teal player. Right hand side, AT guns and Maxim machine guns defending the area. Maxim machine gun pushes up with conscripts for support. The bunker itself here can actually get garrisoned like, say, an MG42 and be utilized in that sense still as an MG bunker. However, well, doesn't look like that's going to be a factor right now. Conscripts getting caught out in the open by the MG42. Getting pinned down. Maxim machine gun getting... Oh, wow, that actually... How did that happen so fast? Didn't this guy have a lot of health? Well, scout car gets abandoned right in front of all the German troops. Rifle nade goes off on the Maxim machine gun, clears it out, and the conscript squad dies as well. Not exactly sure what Teal was waiting for or trying to do, but all he did was lose 2 squads there, and the scout car got destroyed. Maxim machine gun trying to stop the approaching infantry. We do have a sniper on the field. Maxim machine gun getting some shots on it. Mortar on the right-hand side, being able to hit these troops quite effectively. Could actually hit the sniper. Sniper moves out of the way and barely dodges that shot. Takes a little bit of splash damage, but it's fine. Mortar moves out of the way. We do have a T-34 now on the field for Teal. Going to move over to the right-hand side. We'll see if he's able to make the push there on the right-hand side. I mean, there's, what, 1 Grand Squad? And that's the only thing he needs to... No, 2 Grand Squads that he needs to worry about, and that's about it. Maxim machine gun just getting annihilated. T-34 pushes up, gonna get Fausted here by the Grens, although the Grens do stop in front of it and are not actually doing anything. Not exactly sure why. Maxim machine gun gets cleared out, mortar shots continue to fly, and in the center we have a lot of troop movement here for Poop, but it looks like he's moving over to the right-hand side to maybe support. On the far left-hand side, we see that Blue has broken the lines and is pushing forward. A lot of troops nearby, a lot of mines also getting laid down all over the place. Nice to see the mine usage, and we have a mortar squad in a nice little position here where it has a lot of range and a nice angle to get a lot of accurate shots in there. Right hand side, the fight continues to go on. The T-34 forced away all the troops as it didn't actually take any damage. Not exactly sure why no Fausts were utilized. I mean, I guess I can check the resources. Bezkarny, who is he? Here's the top one. 68 munitions, 70 munitions at this point, so maybe he didn't have enough at that point, so I guess I can't really criticize too much. Maxim machine gun getting retaken there by the shock troops. Rifle nade going off on the Maxim machine gun. Manages to dodge that as it moved a little bit out of the way. T-34 continues to shoot. Mortar getting some shots off on the right-hand side. Grens dodging the mortar shots without any real issue. Conscripts just sitting around patrolling or covering an area as the sniper moves over to the right-hand side. Blue still capturing on the left-hand side as we see a lot of troop movement here for Orange and even Poop supporting with Panzer Grenadiers. With all the troops just flooding over to the left-hand side, going to recapture that munitions point. We have a guard squad just sitting in the center of the map. There is MG42. Is that an MG42 or a Maxim machine gun? That's a Maxim machine gun. Getting repaired, or getting repairs on the weapon. And we have the MG42 back here just covering in this house. Nasty shots here by the mortar, getting the Panzer Grenadiers and Pios quite damaged. The Sippo goes off and burns more men alive, forcing them to back off. Right-hand side sniper still being utilized. Going to push forward. Can it actually get the counter snipe? Did it already get the counter snipe? It looks like it might have gotten the counter snipe. Pretty sure it got the counter snipe. Yeah, you can see the sniper is dead. Nice. So the Soviet sniper team moved over to the right-hand side. Got a counter snipe on the German sniper, and the T-34 pushes forward, gets Fausted and Trekked. Damaged engine, but it's able to do a lot of damage to the reinforcement bunker. The bunker needs to go down. It needs to be the focus here. If the bunker goes down, he's going to be able to push without having to worry about the reinforcement. But it looks like he's trying to actually focus down the MG42 itself. And there goes a barrage, and down goes the T-34. Unfortunate as well. You're not really going to be able to kill the weapon very quickly if there's a reinforcement bunker nearby that's going to be able to kill it, but there we go. Something getting called in here. Is it a strafing run? Incendiary barrage? Incendiary barrage right on top of the MG42. Not entirely sure why. It's not going to have too much of an effect. Rifle grenade off on the snipers. The snipers move out of the way. Maxim machine gun gets merged there with the conscripts. The conscripts down to 1 man. Should retreat and head back out. The Maxim machine gun also moves out of the way. Center map, we also have an SU-85 now for Daasite, the yellow player, as he goes for tier 4. And blue player goes for tier 3. Left-hand side, still have a lot of troops around here for blue. Just holding the line. Mortar squad's being utilized. Conscripts with PPSA just forced off of the field. And in the center map, the SU-85 is getting some shots off on a pack gun, but, well, it's just going to get shot back in return. Although, no, yeah. Pack gun does have the range. And even gets mortared. Far right hand side, conscripts pushing forward. They do manage to decrew that MG42 finally. But with Shreks and Grens nearby with LMGs, they are not really going to be able to survive too much. Panzer Grenadiers moving in their direction. One-man conscript squad going to die very quickly to the Panzer Grenadiers. There it goes. Two-man conscript squad also going to die very quickly. And there it goes. Needless loss of life there in the center. Those conscript squads could have retreated. They did not accomplish much. SU-85 continues to shoot at the pack gun, trying to destroy it, essentially. But, well, we can't actually see the health of the weapon. Can we? No, we can't, actually. That's just a veteran season. Never mind. SU-85 getting shot up in return, down to about half strength. Conscripts and combat engineers push forward. They managed to decrew an MG42, if I'm not mistaken. And mines also getting laid down across the path. A squad also was retreating through there, but gets annihilated, and the SU-85 pushes forward, as it did manage to actually get the kill on the weapon itself. The weapon goes down, and the SU-85 is able to push. T-34 on the far right-hand side manages to push across the lines, destroys the reinforcement bunker, and is now working on the cache, destroys that, and should now be able to destroy the med bunker. So the right-hand side flank has fallen. On the far left-hand side, T-34 pushes forward, not really supported, but it only has to go against a mortar. Panzer IV on the field for Orange as he goes for tier 3. Tier 4 is acquired for Poop, and we have no additional tech for Pink. No, he's going to actually go for tier 4. There we go. So Panthers will probably be a lot more prevalent, but currently we have a Panzer IV. Did that Panzer Grenadier squad get a flamethrower? Or a Panzer Shrek that got dropped by somebody else? It looks like it was a Panzer Shrek. They only have one, so yeah, that's probably what happened. For some reason, I thought I saw a flamethrower. Anyways, conscripts and guard squad on the center, engaging against a lot of Panzer Grenadiers and a Panzer IV. That conscript squad is dead. The guard squad is also very dead, but it will retreat. May be able to make it out alive. There are a lot of Shreks. No, never mind. They just die. And there it goes. Big losses there for Yellow. Yellow really not having anything on the field. He has what? A combat engineer squad, something coming down the map in the form of a guard squad, and that's about it. He does have tier... Oh, well, he has a sniper squad, so I suppose that's nice. But yeah, not a lot. Oh! Panzer IV and the Panzer Grenadiers push over to the left-hand side, trying to get behind the enemy troops, but a well-placed AT gun and some mines just destroy the Panzer IV as it pushes forward, and it goes down very quickly. Shreks are flying at that T-34. T-34 taking a lot of damage. But the Panzer Grenadiers are forced to retreat as the Maxim machine gun was facing it. And the conscripts are... Oh, nasty shot there by either the mortar or a mine. Eliminates or destroys, or I should say blows up, the flamethrower. Casting a wall of flame there where the infantry has to run through. They still make it out alive, and they'll be able to heal up, as I'm sure there's med bunkers back at base. We do have a med bunker for Orange. And a bunker down for Poop that still needs a med station, but... Even so, I mean, he can. Those medics will probably run down there, so he'll be fine. Guard squad over on the far left-hand side, running into the Panzer IV, getting some damage on the Panzer IV. Needs a little bit more support. There is a T-34 on the field, but down to very low amounts of health. Shrek gets acquired on this conscript squad, so that spells bad news there for that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV taking a lot of damage. We have mortars and a DP line machine gun dropped in the world. The guard squad picks it up once again. Conscripts push forward as they have a Shrek. They can get an 18-8 off there. We see something getting called in right on top of the conscripts, and that is a cluster bombs, or yeah, bombing strike, whatever. Down to 2 men on that conscript squad. The conscript squad retreats down to 1 man, barely makes it out. It does have a Shrek, so it is a very valuable unit there. Center map still have a Panther on the field. Panther getting some shots off on the sniper. Gets a shot off on the T-34. T-34 goes down. And 1 shot to the Panther. Very nice there for Poop. Over on the far right-hand side, we have teal players just pushing all the way up to the north with T-34s. We do have a Panther, but the Panther did get its engine damaged by a ram of the T-34. T-34 ends up going down, as it was a sacrificial T-34. Incendiary rounds right on top of everything. It's not going to do damage to the tank, but it denies the Panzer Grenadiers from getting on top of it. But, well... Excuse me. The Maxim machine gun there without the support of an AT gun, well, it's not really going to do anything to the Panther, so there you go. Left-hand side, conscripts getting an 18-8 off on that Panther. The Panther does have a damage engine. It is now about 75% strength. Su-85 would be really great here, but there's no Su-85s on the field for Daasite, as he lost his. And, yeah, there you go. Oh, no, never mind. There it is. Wow, well, I'm blind. Panther goes down to the Su-85 very easily. We do have an MG bunker back here that will be going down to the Su-85. The guard squad does get pinned down, but the Su-85 destroys the bunker. There's a second bunker a little bit further back. We'll see if it gets upgraded with something, but it could also very easily fall to the Su-85. And conscripts over here on the left-hand side, running into Panzer Grenadiers and a Panzer IV. More Panzer Grenadiers and Pioneers for support, so that conscript squad needs to get the hell out of there, and it does. There it goes. AT gun backs off to support the Su-85 a little bit better. And on the far left, we just have mines laid down all over the place. Very nice mine usage here. Very sneaky. Su-85 getting some nice damage in on that Panzer IV. Panzer IV is currently buttoned by the guards, unable to move out of the way. And the Su-85 taking a lot of damage on it. The Su-85 does back off, however, because it is taking a lot of damage to the Shreks. Manages to get a nice killing shot there on the Panzer IV and backs off out of the way. Incendiary barrage right on top of the conscripts, forces them away, but the Panzer Grenadiers also had retreated at that point. Far right hand side, Panther is pushing forward with the support of Pios. Not a lot in the way to stop it. There is a Shrek equipped conscript squad that can get some shots off on the Panther. Excuse me. I gotta stop putting nuts in my mouth whenever I'm gonna cast, because then I'm just choking on them, so sorry about that. Anyways, the conscripts with the Shrek threw some barrages off on that Panther, but the Panther, well, didn't dodge it. The Shrek just missed. It actually hit the ground behind. Shrek off in the roof. There we go. Gets a nice direct hit on that Panther. The Panther still trying to take down the conscripts. The conscripts getting a lot of vantage point there. Shrek goes off. No, it does not go off. The Maxim machine gun having more range decides to take its place. Center map, we do have a Grand Squad just sitting around, and we have Su-85s and a half-track. Very nice decision there. We'll be able to reinforce on the fly. Very useful to have a half-track whenever possible. MB-42 on the left-hand side, just covering the approach. There is a T-34 moving in its direction, so it will not be able to stop it. Conscripts will get suppressed there, but the T-34, you know, more than enough. And we have a Panzerwerfer coming onto the field for Pink. Panzerwerfer, not the best choice, I would say, not in this situation, considering that they do not have armor superiority. Panzerwerfer barrage does go off over to the left-hand side, it looks like. No, actually. I mean, it's not a bad decision, considering that Pink is the one that has a Panzer IV. I mean, not a Panzer IV, a Panther. However, since there's not a lot of friendly tanks around, it would probably be better to have two Panthers to be able to, you know, counter the enemy armor. And then maybe, you know, consider Panzerwerfers. Panzerwerfer barrage flying over to where the conscripts and guard squad is. No, actually, it flew over somewhere else. Where did it hit? I have no idea. It hit over here. Anti-air gun getting some shots off on those Panzer Grens. Panther getting repairs back there. Panzer Grenadiers and Pios pushing into the center, supported by some more Grens and Panzer Grenadiers with G43s. Victory points, however, are down to 151 for the German forces. They need to step up their game and recapture some territory. We see that the right-hand side has completely fallen to the Soviets, and the left-hand side is, for the most part, controlled by Soviet troops. Bombing run right on top of where the anti-air vehicle was. And yeah, we see a Maxim machine gun here with the support of a cloaked AT gun, just covering the right-hand side. Panther pushes forward. Moves over to the left-hand side. We see something getting called in here. Probably another incendiary barrage. Oh no, actually that's an IL-2. Whoa, strafing run doing a lot of damage. Gets the kill on a Pile Squad and gets some more damage on the Panzer Grenadiers. They actually drop a Panzer Shrek. And the Panther goes down in the center. No, not the Panther, the Panzerwerfer. Didn't really accomplish much, and the Panther is just backing off as the T-34 just rush it. T-34 goes for the ram, gets a crew shock, however. Only a crew shock, but the T-34 will be able to get right behind that Panther and do the finishing blow. Side armor shot, and boom, down goes the Panther. And with no more tanks to support them, the Germans are pretty much done for. We see a Tiger getting called in for Pink, so not a bad decision. Pink really the only one doing anything at this point with vehicles. But we see KV-8 and T-34 moving in this direction for towards the base. The KV-8 will go for a flaming run. They are going to spot the Tiger, so the T-34 will die to the Tiger. However, the KV-8 will still be able to inflict massive amounts of damage as incendiary barrages just land right on top of the base. The flamethrower going off, getting a lot of kills at the troops in the base. Flamethrower going off on orange Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers just getting cooked alive. Down to one man. Can that Panzer Grenadier squad make it out? He is getting reinforced, but no, it goes down. So unfortunate there. KV-8 now going to be going down to one last shot from the Tiger. So it did not inflict enough damage to justify itself. But the Germans are in a very bad shape now. Down to 97 points. Grenadier squad's retreating from the center. Nothing really nearby, but... yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying that the Panzerwerfer at that point wasn't really a good idea, even though he already personally had a Panther. A second Panther would probably help a little bit more and try to control things like that, like the T-34 is just trying to go for the push. And yeah, I mean, ideally at this point your allies also have a lot of anti-tank support and actual tanks by themselves, but, well, you can see here that the allies are not doing much. Let's take a look at the resources, see how bad these things are. Not really too bad. I mean, the resources aren't really being floated too heavily, but they just don't have the resources that they need. Or the unit composition at this point. They've suffered too many losses. Tiger pushing by itself into the center. That is the Tiger Ace, obviously. That's why it took so much damage to kill. But, well, by itself, it's not really going to lead to much of a charge. And it's just going to die, and it does. So this is probably going to be a short game here. We do have... the T-34 is just moving around in the center. But yeah. AT guns just getting, not even circled straight, just juked back and forth by the T-34. Gets cleared out, and we see an IS-2 now on the field for Snow Snooky. Just barreling towards the right-hand side, going to try to clear out those infantry that are killing his troops. And yeah, that should seal the deal. Panzerwerfer, yeah, really? I mean, that's my point right now. Why would you get a Panzerwerfer at this point if you don't have the heavy vehicles, the heavy tanks to support it? Anyways, Panzerwerfer barrage does go off, nailing right on top of all these Soviet troops. The conscript squad actually gets battered there as it tries to retreat through the barrage, but it makes it out. Right-hand side, the IS-2 did finish the engagement here. And we have some Panzer Grens pushing forward, getting a lot of damage on that T-34. T-34 goes down. Incendiary barrage, no, and strafing run right on top of the T-34 by the IL-2. It's going to do a lot of damage. Su-85 going to distract them. Barrage goes down right on top of all the troops. Doesn't do too much damage, although it was back-to-back strafing runs, and the Panzer Grenadiers go down. One man on with one squad, and the other one goes down. 3 points left, and that's all she wrote. So not the most amazing of games. The Germans, well, they lost pretty handily after the early game. But, well, thank you to R.N.G, nerf R.N.G, for sending it in. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.